Hello, so you have tuned into the Freedom from the Night Tales of the Supernatural, where we get off into the supernatural part of things, um, spiritual things that are to be talked about way before it ever hit the surface, because things are done through principalities and darkness. So we have to get to the root of the root of the things before it even hit the surface, and then when it hit the surface, it will bypass uh, through what the devil try to do to get into the supernatural of things. And you'll be able to discern the difference between good and evil coming from the good and evil and the wickedness coming from those individuals and situations and circumstances and things around you. Okay. But I wanted to finish talking about investing into investments. And this is Freedom from the Night, Tales of the Supernatural, where we talk about the supernatural and the things that's underneath the surface, that's lying underneath that help causes the things to attract from the physical. Okay. And if it's good, it's good. If it's evil, it's evil. You know, whatever it attracts, it's like an inside magnet connected to the outside. It's just a magnet connection, okay? Because when you have dust on you, of course, we know that when you have dust on you, it's just like things stick to you because it's like electricity, the dust. That's just like electricity. And like I say that, bugs, roaches, they eat dust. They eat dust. It's like it's some food that insects eat off of dust. Okay, it's some insects that eat off of dust. So you have to know that the same things happen spiritually. Some things that we cannot see in the principalities and darkness, things unknown, they eat off of dust. Okay, so as I was talking about yesterday, how when God add to you on the inside, it turns into this bright light, and the bright light that comes from you from the inside out is called ivory, and the ivory is way more better than gold. Okay, it's way more better than gold. Gold is something tangible, like I spoke about yesterday in part one, but ivory is way more powerful because it's something from the inside that that's like a magnet for the outside of things to come, that'll be what God said, the things that'll be added unto you because you're in God. Okay. So I spoke about how investing in investment is you. You are the investment. You're the investment. Your body coming into a place is a spiritual investment way before anything ever comes to the surface towards you, to connect to you, to just to stick to you, which is why you're not to have, like, to be like attached to things. Can't be attached to things, even though they're about to come like magnet and just stick to you, right? So you can't be attached to those things, you know. Just like static, when you got a certain type of clothes, when it's kind of got a little bit of dirt on it, it get kind of a little static. Or when you clean it and it's still got the dirt from the products that you're using, like chemicals and stuff that still dust, then it get real staticky too. Okay. So the clothes get staticky and things get to sticking to you and like glue, okay? Things get to sticking to you like glue. But let me move on. So as I spoke to you yesterday, that you are the investment. And today I just wanted to say that the on the inside of you, the levels of light that comes because because you can't have the space between you um being dark. Like you gotta get rid of the darkness space. The darkness space um it's gotta be gone. So you have to get the light to build up inside of you so that you in order to it for it to become ivory and big and bold and powerful over gold. And then all that other stuff, once you get to walk in your presence, walking somewhere, then um gold comes to you just like that. Once you place yourself there and you do the things necessary to be done, those things are just it'll start manifesting itself, and not even manifesting itself, but it'll just start coming to you, and everything will happen. It'll be added unto you. Okay. Not the not the manifestation stuff, but it's already manifested on the inside of you. You carry treasures. You carry the treasure on the inside, which makes it easier for you when your presence walk into a room to get what it is that you want. But a lot of people use sources from other people thinking that that's going to get them what they want, but what they're going to get is a little bit of that magnet going to draw to them a little bit more evil than it is that they're going to get good, because their light is shaded, okay? Their light is shaded. So no matter what they try to get from somebody else, no matter what source they try to get from somebody else, their light is still shaded. Okay, it's still shaded, and over time, it's depleted. They have no light there. So evil is going to glue to them. It no matter where they go, it's just going to be glued to them. No matter where, so where their presence go, when they got darkness on the inside of them, and wherever they come into, what places that they go to, they automatically get the magnet of evil coming their way. So, which is why it's not good to have that little speck of darkness upon you. It's good to get that light. So, and again, I got a video on how you can sanctify yourself holy. Okay, it's 8 things to sanctify yourself holy, and I got a video on that on on this channel here. You just have to look at those videos, and it's not too far. It's like about 3, 4 videos before this one. Okay, but but so we have riches. Okay, we all have riches up in heaven. Those riches up in heaven connects us on earth. Okay, as it is in heaven, you know, the same thing is on earth as it is in heaven, right? Okay, so we hear that on earth as it is in heaven, which means that we have we have riches in heaven, in heavenly places. That means that whatever it is that you do to put your works through your deeds, your works through your thoughts, your works through your speech, whatever type of works that you put in amongst your neighbors, amongst God, and amongst yourself, because you ought to love God first and love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? So all this stuff is connected with each other. So once you do those things, you get treasures, okay? And the treasures depends on which treasures it is, because if it's not from heaven as it is on earth, you mostly getting it from earth and not in heavenly places, which means you getting your treasures from your forefathers. So you doing little different things like psychic reading, palm readings, um, all this different dark stuff using different instruments and different equipments to place you at a pride power. You basically getting power from pride, and you making power be your source. Okay, you making power greater than God. Okay, because it's something greater than power. That's God. God is way greater than power. Okay, that's what you want to get to, is to that level of exhortation is something greater than power. That's God. Okay, and His power will take you to so many places in heaven and right here while you're right here on earth. So your works, your works will determine your treasures, okay? And those treasures come from your mouth, your body, and your thoughts, which is in your mind. So what comes from that is from the inside. And those treasures add up to something. It either adds up to the light or the darkness. And when you have any touch of darkness, whatever it is that you put yourself into with those treasures that's remaining inside of you, um, if it's in the darkness, and if you got a space in there inside of you, which this is about the spiritual realm. Everything is spirit and vexation, okay? Everything is spirit and vexation. So if you got any touch of darkness when you enter in a place, which means you still got the dust on you, ain't shaking it off. You just went into these places, and automatically they not going to accept you for going into these places. And then you turn around and you're like, oh, okay. But you got that darkness, you're gonna get whatever it is that's in that place to attach to you like magnet for evil, because it's attaching what you have inside, that energy that you're coming, that's just coming off of you, the wavelength of what's coming off of you, it's gonna attach to that quickly. Okay. And that's why that you get some people that die. Like, soon as they get involved in something, they die because they don't have the light from heavenly places enough to deal in that place that they're at. They're not giving to God. Because God said give to him first. He need his portions, which is why he says to some people, I don't know if I said this in the last video, which is why he said to some people, he need his. Okay? He needs his. Because while you in that place, you need that light. He need his son on the inside of you to make sure that you got his son. He needs to know that you got the light. That way you can be able to take on anything that's trying to enter in and invade your space spiritually on the inside. That's why God said he gonna need you to come spend some time with him. He gonna need you to he need you. Give him his portion. Okay. That's why God said, give me my portion. Because the light, you're going to need the light. You're going to need to take on my son Jesus with you as you're going into these dangerous places, because you don't got no light on you. You got darkness in you, and darkness attract darkness. Okay, so whatever's going on in that place that you going, if you going up a level in the earth, if you going up a level in the earth, you're gonna need to go up a level in God. The further you go up in the level, the more you're gonna have to go up in God, go up a level, be exhorted in God, because you need these heavenly places for these demonic places, and you got to be able to keep. You got to be able to keep those things inside, so that it can attract light, can attract light. and nothing can, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Just as well as no weapon formed against me shall prosper as I'm doing this video. None. Although one, I seen a spirit trying to put fear on me last night for making this video, because I'm pretty sure don't nobody know nothing about this, and I'm telling it to you. Okay, I'm telling it to you in the way that I, your host, Shantae, can tell it to you on her channel. Okay, on her channel. So, always remember that you have to give God his portion, because he needs to know that you got his son with you, going into these dangerous places. You gotta have that light. If you don't have that light, and you got any touch of darkness in you, that whatever's going on in that place, it's gonna touch you. It's gonna hit you. It's gonna take you up out of here. Some people, it takes them up out of here. Okay? Because they ain't never been at that level. If they ain't never been at that level and they get to that level and they kind hearted and they sweet, naive, oh, that darkness gonna take them up out of here. Because they're not looking at their surroundings. Okay? They're not looking at their surroundings. And I did a video about looking at your surroundings too. Take a look at that one. For so um uh the substance that the substance so the substance that we maintain on the inside of us may not be enough for what we getting into as we go up a level, as we going up a level on earth. We gonna need to to get we're gonna need to give God his portion at that time, because you gotta have that light. And Jesus is the light, and he's life. Okay? That's basically life for us. All right? We got the life inside. We gotta have it. We got to have the life. This is life. Stepping into things is life. And things coming towards us. Okay? So we have riches up in heaven, but only if your substance add up to it on the inside. Because again, you can be getting your treasures from your forefathers, which is what I didn't say. Your treasures can become your treasures can come from in the darkness. When you got darkness on the inside of you, spiritual and vexation, spirit and vexation. When it comes to the supernatural, spirit and vexation, that's what it's all about. When you got darkness on the inside of you, and your substance add up to darkness, um, you're getting things from your forefathers. You're trying to get things from your forefathers, and you're not trying to go to God. You understand? Our forefathers left some things upon the earth, but you don't want to get off into all that darkness. I'm telling you, don't. I mean, the stuff, it's been made room for us. Yes, it has. It's plenty of room made for us right now. Plenty of it. But God's treasure is in heaven. You understand? God's treasure is in heaven. So you got to get that build up on the inside of you, that heavenly places. Holy, WHOLLY, holy, which I got another video, 8 things to sanctify you holy now. Go check that out, because that's what you need in order to make it through these places that's not going to want you there. Because it don't matter where you go. It's not. That place not gonna want you there. So you gonna have to shake that dust off you. Period. Point blank. Period. You're gonna have to shake the dust off. Period. When walking in there. So that means that you're gonna have to get down and dirty in the heavenly places. Okay. And I shouldn't say down and dirty. You're gonna have to get up and clean and purified in the heavenly places. Okay, but only if your substance add up to it on the inside. So if it's light, you're not getting from your forefathers. You're getting it. You're getting your substance from God. Okay, you're getting your substance from God, and that becomes a censorship. That's your censorship where everything you have to have that light. It's like a magnetic touch, and everything is on a wavelength of light, and it's able to shine, and you go out there shining like ivory, not gold, shining like ivory, and able to touch on anything. You able to touch anything without anything causing any problems to you. Like if you're getting a brand new car, it ain't gonna even matter about what color it is out here in these streets. It's not gonna matter about that. You can get in a red car and not have an accident. You can get in a green car and not have an accident. You can get in any car and not be subjected to the danger zones that's out in the places that you head to. Okay, because there's different places, like I mentioned before in part one. There's many places that you'll be able to go to, and nothing will ever be able to touch you. And like I said in part one, if you are driving and it's a bunch of people on the streets, now we know that becomes like another level of stuff. So everything's a different level, no matter what it is. Just like when you having kids, that becomes a different level. Because to deal with your kids, you're gonna have to get exhorted. You're gonna have to get that light. You're gonna have to go up a level. To get a husband, you're gonna have to go up a level. To get a wife, you're gonna have to go up a level. That's going up a level in earth. And so that means in heavenly places, you're gonna have to get exhorted up a level. So that whatever darkness that comes from that individual, it won't stick to you. But anyway, so see, some of us have like a half darkness, half light, and some of us have a full like light, and then in some spots of our organs we might have some little darkness in our organ areas or something like that. But darkness on the inside can be anywhere, and they just come like a magnet and just start touching in that spot, just to accumulate more and more dust in that area. And then next thing you know, you got kidney failure, or you got heart failure, or you got something failure it's been there, but at the same time that darkness was able to get into that little one area to make it more profound. This is why you have to be able, when you're going in certain places, you don't know the dangers of these places that you're going into. You just don't know. And that's your surroundings. You just don't know. So before you get there, you got to get lit. You got to get lit. Everything. Oh, dog, that remind me of the song by Bizzle. Everything lit. Everything lit. You got to get everything lit and lit. And oh my goodness, that song is more powerful than you think, man. You have to get everything lit in order for you to come up in the room. He said he came into the party like, what up, though? Okay? You have to have everything lit in order for you to step into a room like that. Okay? You understand? You got to. Investing into investments. You are the investment. And whatever room you step into, you're investing in it. Okay? You're investing in it. So know that danger zones is all around you because it doesn't want you lit. Okay? So while you're greedy and filled by filled up on the inside of that dark place, which is when you owe the Father, when you got to get back to the Father because of your greed. But before that, the Father will tell you to give to Him, which I already said. Give to Him first. You got to give Him His portion first, which I already said that, because you have to give first to the kingdom in order to be standing before those things on the earth. You got to give to the kingdom. You have to, because He got to be able to see His Son in order for Him to go to work in your life. He got to, in order for Him to go to work, He got to see your son He got to see His Son Jesus on you, covering you. And then that's when He gonna step on the scene, and He gonna be like, no, everybody gonna have to move out the way. And they gonna be like, oh, he belonged to Jesus. He belonged to, no, he belonged to God. She belonged to God. We can't mess with her. And they gonna move on. They gonna move on from you. So, so again, where you are the investment in whatever place, room, wherever you go, it's the investing into something. You're investing into something. And for every level of investment, you're investing into, your investing into has had a devil, okay? For years before you got there. Do know that those things that we keep talking about our forefathers have done before us, how they made room. No, no, no. They have made sinful room for us, because most of our most of our ancestors didn't go to God, they went to each other. And so they did what they did on their own. Only some made room for no, I can't say some made room. None made room. God made that room. Why some was on the earth? Because they was called. And few all of us was chosen, but only few followed. Okay. So chosen ones, all these little things, they keep talking about the chosen ones. The chosen ones. No, no, it ain't about the chosen ones. It's about the ones who followed after they got chosen. Who you following? Your ancestors or God? Because yes, our ancestor made room for us, but they made sinful room for us. So now we got to go through all some of the darkness that they done made room for us in, because they only consulted between each other, kings and everything, and jealousy and all that, envy, anger, all that different stuff they done left here on the earth that we got to get through with God now. That makes us have to fight more on the inside. So it's a lot of people battling with inside problems, trying to get through on the outside situations, because of our ancestor making bad investments, never giving God His portion. Now, if our ancestor had made the proper room for us, we wouldn't have these troubles when we stepping in different places. Now, would we? No, we wouldn't. It would be more light than darkness, and then God' kingdom would be on the face of this earth, and none of this stuff would be happening. And that's just the truth. Sorry, gotta tell it to you. That's the truth. So, but taking somebody else's substance from them, that's all the stuff that our ancestors did. They invested in that sinful acts, which is making us have to work even harder in heavenly places without the treasures that God has given us that add up as money on the inside spiritually. it makes us have to work harder whenever we step in a room. Okay? Sure do. So, um, I don't know if I should do a part three of this or what, because it's going pretty long. But anyway, let me see if I can finish through this. So, so someone telling you that you're great and you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that. It's something to build up on pride and ego, more so on pride level can indulge in a lot of stuff and turn into different names like egotistical or um know-it-all type of mentalities, your intellect gone wrong, all kind of stuff. Pride can turn into all kind of things, you name it. So, building up people, building up people, that's what your ancestors did. But it didn't get them nowhere until they involved themselves into what God had for them, the treasures in heaven. Okay? Which which they get, that's money in the spiritual realm. That's money. Did you know that? That's money. It ain't tangible, but it's in the spiritual realm, and how you give it and how you get that treasures is about what you have, the movements that you've made towards your neighbor, God, and yourself as God gave you utterance. Okay, taking heed to the spirit. It really depends on that. So we know that you don't. We know that that's something to stand on, right? So standing 100% behind you will not bring people standing 100% behind you. It's not bringing you to light. It's not bringing no light to you as you step into a place and you think you have the authority to be there. No, no, it's only adding darkness to darkness. So when you go and do something against your neighbor, and you went and you gossip, complain, or murmur to another neighbor about that person, and that person don't know nothing about it. Well, guess what? When you step in front of them, you feel like you have the authority and the logic inside your mind, that head energy, enough head energy to go at that person, but you really don't. You ain't resort to God. You did what your ancestors did long time ago, resorted to each other. Like they're supposed to take you into a whole nother level uh against them demons that when you go do what you finna do to your neighbor. No, no. No, it's not gonna stop that the levels of darkness to come in your way. Darkness attracts darkness. It ain't gonna, it's not gonna affect your levels of darkness. You're gonna still be in darkness when it's all said and done. And all you're going to do is add on to it. And that's going to be problems from you, from the ends of the earth. You're going to be into the ends of the earth. Okay? That's what's going to happen. You're going to have the end of the earth syndrome. And everybody got that until they come to God. Everybody got the ends of the earth syndrome until they come to God. And it's a lot of people that they don't know what the ends of the earth mean. Like, that means that you just consistently acting like everybody is your gods. And God is God alone. At some point, you going to come to the end of yourself. Thinking that people are who can make you feel like you can just take over the world. No. Only God can judge you. Only God can judge you and take you out amongst your friends, amongst your peers, amongst people, anybody. Use that light. Stop investing your investment, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit into this other stuff. So as I go on, that you know, as you become greedy and filled with other people's substances. That's what greedy means. Greedy don't mean like you eating stuff and all that. That's the physical stuff that attracts from the greed on the inside of you. Okay. But we talking about the greed that's already there on the inside of you that that you have helped you have built up treasures in due to your forefathers. Because when you step into room, you add on to stuff. So you're accepting. You're greedy, meaning that you taking other people's stuff from them. And you don't care about taking that from them. And then you move on to the next person and the next person. And you just keep consistently taking stuff from these people. You taking their substances and you using it for somebody else, and you still got that darkness on you. You don't got no light. You still got darkness. That's greed. That's greed. Because you still got darkness on the inside of you. You still shadow. Matter of fact, you a shadow right now. Okay? You ain't making it no closer than being a shadow of what you are. So, let me see. Let me see. But if, again, evil and all these different things that's filling you up and you getting your things from the earth, which is your forefathers that's been on this earth before, you getting everything from them because they made room for you and they did all this. No, if you continue to get stuff from them and they crowd the earth, it's gonna be an ends to the earth. Okay, that's why it's called ends of earth, because there's gonna be an end to you. Okay, because you only getting from the earth. You're not getting from heavenly places. You're not getting from the heaven. Your treasures is not up in heaven. Your treasures are here on the earth, and there are ends to the earth. Okay, and that's all that's gonna happen to you. The ends to the earth that you've actually consumed on the outside of your body. So now it's gonna be an end to you through sickness, death, or a disease. It's just that's just what's gonna happen. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end there, and I don't know if I'm gonna do a part three or not, but that's the end of that one. So thank you. Have a good day and enjoy the rest of your day. This is Shantae, your host, Shantae Washington, at Freedom from the Night, Tales of the Supernatural. Welcome to my channel, and I hope you enjoyed all of the information that I gave to you just now, because I got more um, about investing into investments, or I just might stop it here. I don't know, but we'll continue to talk about that, because that is something that the enemy is trying to stop me from telling y'all all about. Okay, so stay blessed, stay tuned for more. See you next time.